pressure to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set, cut. Get too long. Get too long. Push him back. Push him back. Hey, hey. 555. Hey, watch his train. Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Check Nick.
On first down, it's Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
First down, Washington.
Buddy up. 155.
Yeah, let's get second.
Flare. Check 31. Check 31. 55's mark, guys. 55.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Caught on the right side, Reed. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyler Davison able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Geis, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On third down, Haskins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Ryan now going to try to run the option left. And boy, this Redskin defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Haskins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. In for the sack, Deion Jones. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Ball to the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
22 Jet Bomber, 22 Jet Bomber.
They'll run it. Freeman. Room here to Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman. 62 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. It certainly worked, but that was a gutsy call to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, not sure I would have made that call, but give them a ton of credit for deciding to go for it and not only doing it, but doing it in fine fashion. Takes me back to this summer when we were touring camps. Remember we watched them practice, and they worked hard in these situations, and they blocked it up perfectly.
Defensively, they were so worried about the line of scrimmage. Once he got past that first wave of tacklers, goodbye. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd and a yard. Haskins out to the left here to Reed. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Throwing on first down. Haskins, he'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A Redskin first down, the pickup 15 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Haskins. Off to Geis on the screen. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. Here's a screen to Powell. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Haskins back to the air. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray 1st, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the 2nd half gets underway.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Ryan now going to try to run the option left. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. This will be caught inside the 10. 23 yards, the final tally. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Geis, they'll try to run it. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
SOS. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
2nd down. Haskins toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it's 3rd and goal. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
45 for Mike. Switch up. 45. Mike, 45. I got him. 45. Over. I got one. Jim. Back. 36.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Cut. Hey, ready to go.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
21, 61, match, box, lights.
Check.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
525!
56. Bring it. Bring it. Check, check. Fresno. 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 Check.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chatty, you ready? Mike 91. So don't say nothing. Check,
Freeman again, a first down carry. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
58.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
2nd and 9 at the Redskins' 36-yard line.
Hey, grip lance, grip lance, grip lance. 80 weapons. Let him go.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Here's Ryan. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Switch. Check 90. Check 99. Check 4. Check. Bang. It's a 6. Pull it. Bang.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Geis. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons' defense yet again drops him behind the line. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Kill.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Justin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Freeman again. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
Bravo! 91 is the mic. Ain't no such thing as a look.
They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
45. Check tight, check tight. Check tight. Check safety, check safety.
Now a run with Geis. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's brought down by Deion Jones. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Where they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Lucky. Watch the safety creep.
Haskins to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Back to throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack and whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Atlanta.